After a couple of months travelling full-time on the road in my 21-year-old Land Rover, and most of last year travelling to some of the most beautiful places in the world, I felt like it was time for a little bit of a change and adopt a slower pace of life. For the next few weeks, I'm going to be spending as much time outdoors as I can and living to and from this bell tent in this beautiful ancient forest in the south of England. Back in 2020, I spent 3 months living from a bell tent, and I've come back again in hopes of finding some peace, stability, to be totally connected and grounded to Mother Nature. Hello, I'm Becky and welcome back to my channel. In this video it's going to be slightly different as I'm going to be heading to a bell tent that's in the middle of this woodland. I'm going to be spending a little bit of time here to make it livable, but also connecting with nature, being out in spring and having a little bit slower pace of life. But yeah, I'm back at my camp. It has been so long and it feels lovely being here. Everything is so green. Spring is out. It's still a little bit chilly, so I've got a wool jumper on. I can tell there's been some wear where I haven't been here, like the wind's come through. So I'm going to sort out my bell tent. I've got all my kit here with me. I've got Buster. So already it is so peaceful. It is lovely, and it's going to be sort of a detox just being here, but also sorting everything out, which is going to be quite a mission. I'm going to look inside the tent in a minute and see what that's saying, because I don't know what sort of mess it's going to be, if it's got loads of mice in there, I'm not sure, so I'm preparing myself for that. But other than that, it is so gorgeous. Returning to my camp and seeing how nature is slowly taking back was a strange feeling. Although it was lovely being back in this peaceful haven, I know I had a lot of work to do to get it looking good again. I've created such beautiful memories here from spending 3 months during 2020, a couple of harsh winters, and an abundance of dirt time to practice wholesome skills that have forever connected me to nature. I was really intrigued to see how my tent would look after not being in there for several months, but slightly nervous if anything was destroyed or missing. So already I can see slugs are taken over. There's slugs everywhere. It feels so strange being back here. I can see that I've got a lot of visitors staying. There's so many spiders and slugs and mice poo. So I'm just gonna have a real good sort out in here just to tidy it up, to make it more livable. Because at the minute, it's so just messy, I guess, and stuff everywhere. The recent guests of mice sure left a mess, with urine, faeces, chewed up items and potential nests. It was time to do a serious clean-up before moving in. It seems like the mice have got into places and eaten my clothes and bits of kit, which is really annoying. The mice have just got everywhere and chewed things up. After my clean-up, I decided to go for a hike in the surrounding forest, and oh my, despite the chilly weather we're experiencing, spring is out in full swing and it's truly beautiful seeing new life. I recently tapped a birch tree for its sap, so it's a great time of year for growth, foraging and just being outdoors. I've just got back from a walk and I've been doing bits and bobs beforehand, but I've just got back to make some dinner because I'm super hungry now. It's about 6 o'clock and I just can't believe where I am. It is so beautiful. Just sat outside on the table. I'm going to cook outside, spend as much time outside today before it starts to rain tomorrow, unfortunately. I haven't made my mind up if I want to stay in the bell tent tonight or wait till tomorrow once I've sorted it a little bit and sleep outside. I've got a hammock, bivvy bag, so plenty of options. Good evening. It is chilly tonight. It is dropping down to 2 degrees later. I've set up my hammock and got that all ready as I'm planning on sleeping on there, as I'd like to test out my new quilt that I've got that I want to use for the summer. But if it gets too chilly, I'll probably run back in here. The wood burner's on. It is so lovely in here. It's super cozy. Buster's flat out. I've had my food and I've just been journaling and just having a chilled one, really. It's been such a peaceful evening. I think it is a shame about the mice and how they've sort of raided everywhere and eaten a lot of my stuff. They've chewed so much and they've just left poo everywhere. I'm a little bit gutted, but it is what it is. When you leave a place like this in a natural environment, it's what happens. Just nature sort of takes back. Good morning. It is a pretty chilly morning. It's a little bit dull as well. The sun did start to come through earlier. Buster woke me up about 5:45 this morning. I woke up a few times and that was because I was really hot. I was really warm and there was a full moon out, so that was blinding. It was just coming over me and I sort of got up each time and watched it move across the sky, which was really magical. But yeah, it was like a huge spotlight on me, so I put my buff over my eyes to get back to sleep. Yeah, I was mainly testing this quilt because I'll be using this for a lot of adventures this year, this summer. It's the Enlightened Equipment quilt, It says it goes down to -6, so I just wanted to test it. This is probably as cold as it will get for a while, 2 degrees. I kindly got gifted this by Valley and Peak, and I'll leave the link in the description. I've moved over to quilts just because the ease of them, they're really easy to move around in. I'm normally a side or a front sleeper, so it's perfect for me. And in the hammock it was really easy, because sometimes sleeping bags can be a little bit annoying. They're a lot lighter because you don't have all the back, the wasted room, because that all gets squashed, the baffles anyway. So this is amazing, and I can't wait to use it on all my trips this year. Right, so this morning I have just been sorting everything out and getting ready for the day. I've done a bit of journaling, had a couple of cups of coffee. I'm going to fly my drone in a bit just to get some nice shots, as well as probably getting some firewood and trying to just sort everything out the best I can. But you just, out here, everything takes so much longer. Like having a brew takes longer if you're making it on the fire, lighting the fire to get warmth and heating and to cook on. It's just, everything's a much longer process, and to be able to have fire you have to cut wood, and to cut wood that takes a long time, and I don't have my chainsaw at the minute, so everything's handsaw. So it's just, you have so much appreciation for the real simple things and how convenient life is. And in a way it isn't the best how convenient life is, because you don't appreciate a cup of coffee like you would outside. You don't appreciate the warmth of a wood burner or a fire like you just do with central heating. Everything's just a click of a button, isn't it? So it's very wholesome. So recently in a video I mentioned I'm doing a course at the minute, and it's called the Human Potential Course, run by Vivo Barefoot. And the course is about everything to sort of align you with your body, but also the planet, and how we're so connected in such a beautiful way. And I think a lot of the time we sort of shut ourselves off from nature instead of accepting it and inviting it in and knowing that we're a part of it. And I think doing this sort of thing definitely teaches you how close we are to nature and how we can see similarities, and how good we feel when we're outside, when we're sitting around a fire, when we're collecting wood, when we're walking, when we're moving our bodies. Movement, being outside all day soaking in the vitamin D, getting up at sunrise, witnessing sunsets, and sort of going to sleep with nature's pattern. It's really, really interesting course, and I've been doing that. So this video is in partnership with Vivo Barefoot, and I have been using their footwear for about a year now. I've been a proud ambassador for the brand for a year, whilst I've been transitioning from normal shoes to barefoot shoes, and it's been a very interesting transition period. It's been challenging at points, going from thick cumbersome shoes to more natural flowing barefoot boots, like how we would originally be walking and moving. So my all-time favourite boots are the ones from Vivo Barefoot, and these are the Tracker Forest Escapes, and these are the ones that I've been wearing today. So there is so many reasons why I love and resonate with barefoot shoes, and one of the reasons that I really love the Forest Escapes and Vivos in general is the zero drop. So from the heel to your toes of your feet, there's not a huge drop, so that makes you so much more balanced, and it makes it so much more easier to traverse undulating terrain. Another feature is the wide toe box. As you can see, I've naturally got quite wide feet, but since owning Vivos, they have got a little bit wider because they've got that space to allow them to actually spread out. I love having the wide toe box, so it prevents blisters, hot spots, and any other foot problems, issues that you can develop by having your foot cramped into a small enclosed space. As well as that, I love that they are leather. They're leather boots, they are fully waterproof, and they're also super flexible. So you can see by that movement and that flexibility how your feet and your ankles and your legs will be strengthened as you're using more muscles, more fascia, and you're just using your feet how they're supposed to move. And as well as that, I love the look of these boots. They remind me of moccasins. They might remind some of you of moccasins just by the sort of leather and the flexibility of them. I mainly use these for bushcraft and my everyday sort of boot. I also take these on loads of hikes. I did the South Downs Way in these. I also take them to Scotland every time and do mountain days in them. They've also got Michelin grip on, as you can see, which is awesome. But yeah, I've currently got 20% off all Vivo Barefoot shoes at the minute. So the code is GirlOutdoors20. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check any shoes out, or if you just want to check out general information on the shoes and the brand.
Stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, forever be, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
Good evening. I am currently cooking a spaghetti bolognese. So yeah, I'm going to cook this. The rain has started, as you can hear. It's super cozy. It's really warm in here. I've got red cheeks. Bon appetit! This looks so good. I love travelling and I love exploring in Percy, but there's just a feeling that I'm getting now that you don't get very often, and it's just so wholesome doing this, just being around a fire, out the elements, in like a really old school canvas tent. It's just a really different feeling that you don't often get. You just feel really connected because you've sourced your wood, you've cut it, you've chopped it, you've made a fire from natural materials, and then you've made your own food and you're out the elements, and it's just, it feels so good. I had a lovely night's sleep last night. It was so peaceful, it was super cozy with the wood burner going, and I slept amazingly. I've had a pretty chilled morning. I'm going to enjoy today and do some other bits and bobs and potentially film a series on this. So if you're interested, leave it in the comments and I'll make more videos similar to this. I've got some really exciting things coming up this year, which is really awesome, so it's nice to enjoy this sort of slow pace of life and doing something a little bit different before a jam-packed summer. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this video. It's slightly different. Thank you to all my Patreons for making this possible, and I will see you on next week's video. Also, thank you so much for all the lovely comments, messages that I got on my Scotland series. I really enjoyed making that Scotland series and editing it and looking back on some really good memories. So thank you for all the lovely comments from them videos. I will see you in next week's video. Take care.